So good morning. You have joined the Be the Light meditation today. It is Wednesday morning at 9 a.m. and I am Jan Jorgensen, and my work is at my website, all listed, soundandlighthealingarts.com, in case this is your first time tuning in. So we've had a request today for a topic that many amazing spiritually awakening women have in their minds is, okay, so I'm on my path, I'm doing my work, where's the guy? Where's my beloved? Where is my partner to share it with? Okay, so first let me say that I totally get what you're saying and what you're asking, and I actually had to walk away from a 23-year long-term marriage that was old paradigm. So we, as women who are awakening to set new ideas, new standards, new bars for behaviors, thoughts, and choices in life, need to know that we as women, in our tuition, in our hearts, are leaders of creating the new paradigm because of the way that we are put together. And it's not a female body, particularly, but it's someone who has chosen to live from the feminine heart space of receivership. And so I'll explain that more later, the masculine and feminine, but this is the situation right now. Men, so many men, especially older men who were born in the 50s or before, are feeling left out. They're feeling like, what's with all these women? They're so independent, they can do everything, they don't need me, and now they're having this spiritual stuff and I don't get it. I just feel emasculated. I feel unneeded. I can't win. So what am I going to do? I'm going to find some woman who has low standards and at least can give her something to make her happy and feel like a man. So how are we as women in integrity going to engage with the available males? Let's talk percentages, okay? There are widowers. There are single men who have had difficulty in wounding, who are walking around looking for codependent relationships. So your best bet is to create and own your own happiness, create a resonant field that allows deep friendships of reciprocity with people of all persuasions and all sexes. And I'll tell you, once you open your heart to this, your heart is open for that special little buzz. Hey, let's spend some time together. Let's get physical. So when we focus too much and too deeply on finding the one, I'll tell you a story. Okay. So after I left my marriage, I said, well, I want to find passion. I want to find the one. Okay, I'd worked hard in my marriage. It was a great, solid, successful marriage in many ways, but I wanted passion. So I put my eyes on this charming, charismatic fellow who seemed to have the world at his feet. Watch out for those. And I plugged up my whole heart with this is the one, this is the guy, and oh my God, he's not focusing totally on me. And finally, when he did, it was like I could see who he really was. But I remember the stages of longing, desiring, and that's the old form, sense, pleasure form of love. And I was going to have a party that night with a bunch of friends, and of course he wasn't coming, so I'm laying in the bath, and I said, it was the beginning of my spiritual path. It shows how naive I was. I said, I am not getting out of this bathtub till, well, okay, Jesus or Christ himself tells me why I can't have this man. That is our will. That's not unconditional true love. The poor guy was trying to catch him with the net, right? But I waited there in the bath, and my fingers actually got those little water crinkly marks. And this voice said, you are to love this man. No, you are to love everyone else in the world as you love this man. I said, what? With this full-blown, gotta have it, come here, come on. So I actually said, Oh my God, I can't do that. I mean, there's rules, there's laws to love and affection and relationship and exchange. And the voice said, try it, because then your true love will come in. So I actually got out of the bath, went down to the store. I still had time to get ready for the party. I bought some things. And there was this lady in a hat with gloves. And in the past, I would have said, what a loser. Or, just all these things. And instead, I said, oh, look at her eyes. Look how kind she is. Look how hard she works. Oh my God, look, she smiled at me. And I just gave her this smile. And I felt my heart had opened. And I felt like her heart opened and a field had opened up. It was phenomenal. Okay, so this guy had like clogged up my heart. So I'm to love everybody. So I go in and I get a sandwich at the deli, an Indian family. And when they gave me the food, I acted like it was gold. So you got the picture. I was too focused on the beloved. And usually when that happens, it ends up where he becomes the problem in the future. Okay, so a man is not a plan for your future stability. A man is an extra, it's icing on the cake of a full life where you've taken responsible for your own happiness, okay? So the end of that story is he was my partner for 4 years, but of course he had a lot of other partners on the side and wasn't really honest about that. And I had my heart broken, and it was broken so hard that I actually had little tears in it because I had this very special energy thing, was in front of 50 people. And they said, your heart, juncture, tissue, people can die of broken hearts, Jan. And you have a tear in your system. And if that was a nerve going to your heart, you could die of a broken heart. And I said, yes, I feel like I have a broken heart. So I laid there and I said, okay, Jesus, now what? And he could talk to Buddha, source, whatever. I said, now what? And the answer was, I already gave it away. You are now to love this man as you love everybody else. Now that your heart is cracked open, I mean bleeding. And I had all this space now to bring the world in. And when we love every woman as our own mother, and every child as our own child in this cracked open space, that is when we enter the new paradigm. It's not us versus them. It's not me owning you, getting what I want from you and owning, controlling. So I'm beginning this talk about finding your beloved with telling you that you get your own house in order first, because this is what it is. You have a circle. You have a circle of your sovereign energetic field. When I do my coaching program, the first thing is get yourself aligned and full of vitality. Eat right, get exercise, take care of your body. Second, get your spiritual compass set by connecting with Source, knowing why you're here and what you're doing. Then the third step is, you know who you are, you take good care of yourself. Then your circle attracts someone else is doing the same thing, and you overlap. And see that little middle spot in there, that beautiful middle spot? That's the sweet spot. That's where you share the masculine and feminine balance. However, this is what we're going to talk about a little bit more now. If you are holding your circle as a masculine, I can do it all. Gee, I just want a few things from you. And I have lots of ideas of what someone has to bring me. Here's my checklist. You need to provide and protect. But you know what? I could do it all myself if I wanted to. And this guy's holding provide and protect. I can do everything. I always have to win. Do you see? Repelling. We are repelling the masculine. Okay? So if you are in a female body and you get to choose, you could be gay, you could be masculine, feminine, you get to choose. But if you're in a female body and you want a man to come in that you can fall back in his arms and he says, honey, what you want, I will deliver to you on a silver platter. The other night we were how do we even end up? We stopped at a casino for lunch or something. And I said, oh, the Gypsy Kings are there. I wanted to see them my entire life. I can't believe it. Oh my God. And my partner just walked me right over to the theater and ordered us tickets. He wanted to get us front row. I go, what are you doing? He goes, you said it was your most favorite band in the whole world. And I'm like, oh my God. Well, I told him, this makes me so happy. Thank you. And his heart says, oh, I want to give her more. I've made her happy. I didn't say, oh no, I don't want to be a casino, or gee, I never thought I'd see him, or they're too old. No. Let a man win. Let him get those medals on his chest. And you can use this methodology. I showed my friend, she's this big entrepreneur, tired of men. Men are jerks. And I said, watch this. Men want to win. So we're out at a restaurant, and it's the middle of a big women's entrepreneurial thing. I said, watch this. We're sitting there. This young man comes up, can I help you? And I go, what a smile. I said, thank you. You're so present for us. And his chest, his shoulders, what can I do for you ladies? Okay. Well, he ended up bringing us extra food, extra attention. And you know what? We're like his mother's age. It's nothing to do with desire or sexuality. We let him be in his masculine. Let him win. It's that simple. It's actually win-win, because you get to be feminine. The feminine woman who knows how to ask for what she needs without shaming or pushing back. I didn't get this. I want this. But says, honey, I've really been thinking about it. This is Allison Armstrong. I didn't make this up. Honey, I've really been thinking about this, and I'm feeling like I need blank, blank, blank. And I need it because it would fulfill these needs. One day I said, you know what? I always thought at this point in my life that I wouldn't be single again. I've been through that for a while now, but I would have a house and a partner so my grandchild could swing. I said, now my daughter's pregnant. I feel like I need that swing. And I need this for my core being. And I said, maybe you're that man to be part of that, maybe not. He bought a house the next week. Okay? So it wasn't like, I need a house. This is what I want. It was, I've been thinking I need this. This is why I need it. And is that something that would work for you? Let him deliver. Let him deliver to you like a knight. The more you let him deliver, the more the kingdom grows. And he's not the knight. He's not out conquering. He becomes a king. And he looks over and he says, this is the woman I provide for, and she stays here with me happily. That's when a man sits back and becomes a true king, a provider. So why am I saying all this? Because I want you to look at yourself and see how you've operated about men. Have you prejudged them? Have you not given them a chance to win with you and deliver? Because men love to see a softness and a smile. Men want a soft pillow. They don't want to hear about how they didn't make the grade. Find something positive, okay? So after my divorce, which was a very nice divorce, just as both to discover more and find our true beloveds, I got a wonderful dating coach. I just love to go to the best. And this is what she had me do. She had me take a business card. And if you don't have one, you need one. Something that says, this is me, with your name. It could just be your name. And I had to give out my card to 3 people every week. And it wasn't like trying to snag the guy. It was to let people know that I was open to meeting new people. Like at Starbucks, if you smile, you're next to someone in line, oh, what a great shirt, or this or that, and it has to be genuine. But you're making heart-to-heart connection, just like that lady at that store. I feel like if I see her now, I'll know who she is. I'll remember her waiting on me because my heart opened. So you take your card and you infuse it with your essence and love, and you start meeting people and say, I used to work at a spa, and man, that was so cool. And you too? Wow. Hey, maybe we'll never meet again, but here's my card. If something comes up, and you keep it light. And then you might also say, well, you know what? I'm single, but I know there's someone out there. And that person might say, oh, my cousin Harry would love someone as sweet, as open. Oh, she cooks too? Geez, he's been a widower, he's alone. Who knows? We don't know, but it's not going to happen unless you have made yourself resonantly available and soft and done your major healing. You don't have to be perfect, okay? So we're going to do today's meditation. Say all that because those are very important points before we go into the meditation. They're practical things. 3 cards a week, giving even a waiter, any man wants to puff up his chest, okay? The world beats him down. Even a student, a repairman, I've tried this on everybody, and I swear to God, it's just like instant, ba-ding, like you're putting a king on their head. You let them win, okay? So practice that at home. But let's go in and help your heart make space and release some of the old stories about yourself as maybe being not the right age, too fat, too whatever. Let me tell you, none of that matters. Men want a soft pillow. Well, look at all the couples out there. Look at all the women they're with. Are they all perfect? No. Are they all young? No. They feel safe and they want to provide and protect. And that is the female place where she can create a space of beauty, sanctity, and love and peace because that masculine is surrounding her with support. Okay? And even if you're living far away, when you get together, if you've chosen to be the feminine, let him guide and decide, okay? We're not in the new paradigm yet where we're androgynous, so we go back and forth. So we're still making allowances. So when I say these things, I'm not saying we're going back, to the ages of, I'm just saying if you want a partner, the polarity in the 3rd dimension has certain requirements. And if you want to be with a man in a sensitive, touchy-feely way, be the woman. It's kind of simple, but we kind of forgot, okay? And what they're looking for is a smile and a softness, and they will leave the most beautiful, bitter woman for a soft, kind, just picture their favorite chair. I hate to use it, but really, place to put their feet up. You've got their back, you're loving, and you become a beautiful angel to that man, okay? All right. And they will be the same for you. Okay, take a deep breath through your nose and out through your mouth. So we're looking at this topic of attracting in our beloved. We might have some old scripts and movie screens and ideas about what that will look like. We are going to allow those to melt so we can be present for an exciting, new, warm, wonderful experience with a potential beloved that can grow, or even just to experience love or physical touching in a way that brings us joy. Take a deep breath through your nose and out through your mouth. We ask and intend to set a sacred space. We place a hold on a balance over our entire body. Only energies of the highest light may be in this space now. Just rest. Let all your thoughts soften. Let everything go. And come to a place of peace and rest. We take our attention to our heart, and some of us may have closed up shop. We may have decided that love is for young people, or love is too painful. So many old stories. We are choosing to release those old stories. So imagine that there are different storybooks, books on a table, and look at them. Put your hand on it. One might represent a marriage. One might represent an old boyfriend, the one that got away. One might represent your fantasy, Mr. Perfect movie, Walk Off in the Sunset. All of these are limiting you from feeling and moving, expressing love in the present moment. So take these books, put them all in a pile, and put a beautiful ribbon around them now. And tie a bow and say, well, these gave me parameters, ideas, and structure. For certainly I was the baby and I didn't know how to relate or be in relationship. But now I am choosing something new, something now that I am an adult, that I can choose to keep myself safe and to move at my own pace and to trust my intuition. Take these books of the failed stories, the anger of betrayal, the shame of not being able to make it work, the embarrassment of not being able to have a relationship when so many other people do, the sadness, the longing, all of this is in your old story, okay? The way it should be or had to be or you wished it could be. Even your wishes are misaligned if they're part of the old movies because they're not up to date and present with you in your heart in the new world right now. So take all of these and just take them over to the big fireplace and set them in there and bless them. And take a breath as you watch them melting, all melting and becoming ashes. So that was the before. And now we stand in the now. Notice how exciting it feels. Just an edge of, it used to be fear, but now we're calling it the excitement of exploration, okay? Yeah, a lot of things can happen. And a lot of things wonderful can happen. So you're going to have to trust. You're going to stay awake. And you're going to stay present. You're going to trust your heart all the time. But you're not going to be referencing those old stories for your choices. So just feel in your heart and in your mind, repeat after me. I ask and intend to release my fear of getting close to someone. I ask to release my fear that I will be hurt, pushed away, humiliated, or devastated. I am removing those vibrational fears everywhere from my body. For I know if I truly allow pure, unconditional love and forgiveness and presence, those vibrations have no place in my body ever again. Oh my, wait a minute. This is a whole new way of looking at love. Oh my goodness. Hey, wait a minute. Yeah, without those glasses on, I just can look at things as experiences without the story, without the backstory. And I'm not going to tell everybody how this upsets me or that happened because they're going to give you their old story. You're going to move forward with discerning eyes, an open heart, and an openness for new experiences. Now, again, I'm feeling a little bit of, is it trepidation or like, oh my God, I could be on the edge of getting hurt again. So again, we are going to claim that we are going to experience the give and take of unconditional people in all types of situations. So we are going to build that muscle. We are going to be like a Buddha or a Christ that feels like that is natural, and there's nothing dangerous about it. There's no place where you're going to fall off and things are going to crack up. It is the safest, best place to be. And now here's the wonderful thing about that. When you've created yourself as a safe vessel of love, what do you think that's going to attract? A lot of loving people who are going to see you and they're going to resonate with you. And other people who are saying, oh, free love here, I'm going to come and plug in. But guess what? When you're at a high vibration, you're going to feel that coming. Here is a person, codependent, coming to want to, and you're going to just smile and bless them and say, I'm not doing that dance. You just tell yourself, how can I ask that person's higher self to go through the steps that I've gone through, to purify that need to always meet your needs to another person or to court them. You're going to bless them, but you're not necessarily going to take them to your table and your bed. So you see the difference. You might see them at church and you might bless them, and sometimes they can be pretty sneaky about splitting hairs. Oh, you think you're too good for me, or this. They really have very deep ways of making you feel like you're making them feel less than. Always come back to the unconditional love part, okay? That's the old story. That's guilt. That's manipulation. It's all fear-based. So if they are doing that and you're getting upset, it means there's still a little bit of Velcro part in you they can still access, and that's okay too. That's why we move slow in intimate relationships, so we can have a file to continue to polish our facets and expansion and not see that person every single day or get enveloped in them or jump into bed right away. No, we keep polishing our facetry, letting more light come through. They're polishing. It is a dance. With my present partner, it took us 9 years to come to a place of engagement and commitment and polishing and assisting and supporting each other to be at our highest best. It took 9 years. Okay? It's different for everybody, but we're on a growth curve here. And we reflect, we mirror and assist each other, but not just that one person. If we have just one person clogging our heart with thoughts and doing and being for them all the time, number one, you're not in charge and sitting in your throne in your heart, and there's no room for everybody else. You're maintaining them. So the more you keep your own activities and joyful, passionate movement through life, then you can continue to overlap in a healthy way. Okay, so you're not jumping into their bubble and you're not jumping into each other's bubble. You are just sharing right here a certain resonance that is unique for the two of you. But also your bubble is overlapping with children, with workers, with people, blah, 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 blah. The healthy overlapping place is where it's a synergy, not symbiosis, but a synergy and an activation of something that enhances both of your life's path and existence. And you know what I'm describing? It's exactly what I wrote in my newsletter yesterday. We are establishing the template of the flower of life energy field around the earth as a new, potentially powerful foundational co-creation beehive for Earth and her people. Because your little circle with that beloved, that little space in between, juices up everything else that you touch. And so this is how we're reactivating, rather than having it top down with one person that's dictator, authoritarian, dictating how things are going to be. We're having circles of empowered, sovereign people overlapping, and we're galvanizing into a collaborative co-creative space that enhances the whole in every single moment. This is what was planned for Earth in the beginning, but there was interference of a strong fear-based nature that broke up those grids and patterning. So this is being powerfully imposed, superimposed over the old fear grid. And that is why, no matter what's happened in politics, this divine plan was a dispensation from source with universal, strong beings being incarnated here to ensure that it is implanted vibrationally into every person who wants to be part and lifted and be part of a new paradigm sustainable world. This is our job right now, to be in these tribes and to trust. Oh my goodness, I feel like I've met my tribe, I'm home. It's not my birth family, but geez, God, these people, I feel safe, I feel undefended, I feel like I can truly be myself. And in that space, you're so full of love. Sometimes you don't even need that old-fashioned male-female. Many beings are getting to that space. They're just exchanging the vibration of love, and they are so saturated and filled up. But you get to choose how you want to experience and move through life. So yeah, I have some friends who don't even have sex anymore. They're just like, well, that's old paradigm stuff. What? Physical sweat? In the future, they say we'll just walk up to a person and have an energy exchange, and the whole body just goes, whoa, that was great. Did you enjoy that as much as I enjoyed? Or have a meditation of being with your perfect lover. We get to choose. So I hope this has helped break up any old stagnant energy of how do I find a beloved? Because for me, this has been the core of the way. Now, another overlapping factor, I'm speaking for myself, was choosing over the years alpha males and partners that assisted me to reform and tweak the feminine's ability through unconditional, stable, consistent love and mirroring truth to take an alpha male and enable him to make benevolent choices. Okay? So that's one of my archetypes, the divine masculine and feminine, even when it's uncomfortable, even when there's acting out, to hold the picture of having everyone win. Okay? So some of my relationship choices have been more complex and more challenging than others, but I chose them for that so I could keep ratcheting by choosing very powerful, amazing men, very gifted, who in different ways had been hurt, controlled by mothers or fathers or broken here and there. And as he and I heal and move, that all the partnerships I've had and moved through, we're healing the bigger template. I know that. I wrote a book about it, Guy's Guide to the Divine Feminine. So women they're getting ready to leave their husbands, I say, well, now here's what I've learned. How you can let the man win and support you in your spiritual knowing and path, and giving him the appreciation while you do this, and also inspiring his own heart opening towards these initiatives if you don't shut him down. If you don't shut him down, give him ways to win as you're going through your transformation, because eventually he will want to go through his transformation as well. That's called Guy's Guide to the Divine Feminine. It's on Amazon.com, by the way. Okay. So today was more of a talk than a meditation, but I'm glad that it came up and it was perfect, because it's a very important topic right now. All right, so I'm going to call it quits for this part, and I'm going to turn it off, and I'm going to answer any more additional questions for guests. And again, I am Jan Jorgensen at soundandlighthealingarts.com.